Right, guys, ladies and gentlemen. So Monday, 4th of August, right? And we are just like going with the updates for the TMX. Yeah, exactly, with the TMX exchange right now for today. Not like we have some super special update. Yeah, because like Jake, we're gonna do the update exactly about the TMX exchange on Wednesday. Yeah, but I seen some guys in the chat, they just start like, guys, you don't have the updates. Yeah, like what's going on? I seen some guys being called me. Yeah, and like I just find out that like after yeah like few minutes, but like we just want to say, guys, that everyone is working. Brian, he's working with the TMX global basically 24 hours. He all the time on the calls, and like just everything going well. Yeah, like we can see the market right now is basically going back again. Yeah, like it will gonna bounce back to the 4K once we're gonna cash out. Yeah, and definitely like from that moment. So we're gonna have the launch of the TMX, because like we are just follow Jake. Yeah, like he said, says his vision. Because like guys, I start to trade not so long time ago. Brian know that, and I'm not really like perfect in trading. Yeah, so like so many trades been lost it, and just right now definitely not really trade. Yeah, so like that's why we just follow the professional. Yeah, because we have the master trader Jake, like top trader Jake. So he have like the experience in this for the past 10 years. And once he said like, hey guys, we're definitely gonna be on the 4K. Yeah, so like we don't have any problems to do not basically trust Jake that we're not gonna be on the 4K. Yeah, so like $4,000, we're gonna cash out, we're gonna start to work. Yeah, like with the launch. So just like that, everything perfect, guys. Yeah, so like, and we have Brian here, and he'll gonna provide for, I think for today, mostly gonna be update about the TMX Global, because there is like ton of work. Yeah, there is a lot of work the guys working on right now. And yeah, Brian, like you can definitely start.
What's going on, everybody? So, yeah, swamped with getting everything done. So sorry if not lots going on this end. I know Jake is sick, so he's not like deadly sick or anything, but basically the flu or yeah, I don't know if you want to call it COVID. I don't even know if I like using that word sometimes, but like he just got the flu, and but with that he's kind of down, so. And then we're kind of in a standstill. I mean, if you just look at the market wise, I mean, obviously, probably freaked everybody out the way the market's moving. But let me see here. Where's it at? Let's go. All right. So yeah, look at Ethereum. I'm up here, drew out a flag. It's like, all right, we're going back up to 4K. And man, they just wiped out all this liquidity. This is on a 5-minute chart. We can do probably be easier to do the daily chart for everybody. So look at the daily chart here. Let's go over. You can just see how much this moves. I get messages from people all the time. They send me the screenshots of the price almost hourly. I get screenshots and they're like, we went down to 33 almost. It's gonna take 2 years to get back up there. Really? Well, it's already right at 37 and it's been 2 days. We probably didn't even look at this on Sunday and now we're here on Monday and we went from, 33.53 to 37 that fast. So yes, what they did is they're just attacking leverage traders basically, and whenever I see something on Instagram or social media and they're like so and so took $100 million long, I'm like, well, damn, that means the market's going down. I mean, it's almost inevitable every time you see that, or when someone did $100 million short, are like, all right, the market's going to move up because it's going to go towards liquidating people. It's so crazy how it works. So these are the day candles. Let's just get rid of this little thing here. But in these day candles, each one of these represents one day. So it's you gotta understand this stuff moves and it moves fast. When it knocked out everybody down here, and we honestly thought it was going to go to right here, just 33 even, but nope, it bounced. And now we're over at 3,700. You can see it's pumping right now. Go to the 1 minute. Look at this. This is a trader's dream. Pumps up. Now you don't know which way to go. Which way do you go in here? Jerry, what do you do? Do you get in a short or do you get in a long? Like you just got to go over here and look at the other side. So, I mean, we're pumping in Ethereum. We're only 300, 290, $300 away from hitting our goal. So, and, I mean, and with that, honestly, if you think of, let's go to, let's go to the TGE page. This is the cool part about this. We're $300, right? Think $300. We have 369.28. Let's just say 369. 369 Ethereums. If we let it go up $300, that's 369 of them, $300 more each. So that's the reason why. Obviously, if Jake would have known, he probably would have pulled the trigger at 39.40 or whatever it hit last week. But we're here and we're just at where we're at. But literally, where people were panicking around 33.5, we're already up to 37. That's $350 more, so we just hang tight. I mean, it could be a good week, could be a great pump week. Normally, false move Mondays come out but it's kind of doing, what it did, which is cool because you get that first initial drop and then you got that pump and it's like, all right, it's going to be a false move Monday. But no, it didn't really stick to the whole false move. It went down again, but then it came back up. Now it's right here at the top of this of today. Hopefully it breaks out and Bitcoin goes well above, 16 into 717,000. But same thing for, you see, look at the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin though. You can see more money's going into Ethereum than there is in technically in Bitcoin, more volume. You can see down here as well. So really good thing. Ethereum's at 6% today. Bitcoin's up 1%. So, all in all, this is looking good. So there's nothing to panic if we don't answer right away. I can't even tell you exactly what I've been doing. It's so much stuff. Like these are all PDFs right here. If you see this, these are all PDFs that we've done. I've had to fight with this company to actually get the PDF to this PDF right here to even show. Been on countless Zooms with people that want to grow this all over the world, the TMX Global that just want to grow this. So the thing I've always thought about, when we saw this banking solution, right? And learning more and more of this from the bankers, and sorry to turn the thing right on the banking thing, but the conversations that I've been having about TMX Global, they're like, well, what's TMX? And I'm like, well, I'm glad you asked. Like we have an exchange. Even though some of the updates that we'll have in TMX Global is you'll be able to import your wallet into TMX Global and literally move what you have in your wallet onto your card to spend. It's cool. They're gonna integrate Zelle, super, a whole bunch of updates are coming with the banking solution. It is phenomenal. But with TMX Global, the conversations that we're having with people is they're all into crypto. They love how this works. They love how TMX Global can do what it does because we're never in the flow of funds. So if Scott created an account and he wants to wire $1 million of Bitcoin over, that's all him. We're never in the flow of those. We're not in the flow at all. We're attached to a tier one banking account. We're attached to an OCT. We're basically an API company at this point. We're just API into everybody. So everything can come together and you can have all those functions underneath one place called TMX Global. So with that, we've created this structure. I didn't really plan on doing a PDF over this. Some of the packages going in, what's the benefits of them, the three-tier program, because there's network marketers that love this idea because you get paid three levels. Okay, every time someone say, sorry to pick on you, Scott, but I see your picture right next to mine. But say Scott joins and he buys the $1,000 pack on my first level, I make $300. Instantly, I can put that $300 into crypto and move it out onto my card and spend it, put it into a bank account and pay bills with it. You can do whatever. You control your own banking now, right? And then Scott enrolled Brad. Well, that's my level two. He buys $1,000 pack and make $100. Scott makes 300. So then we're figuring out these leadership bonus ranks. This is for simply doing the same thing. You help bring in $100,000 direct to you, get a $10,000 bonus. You help five people do the exact same thing above, bring in 100,000 each, you get a $50,000 bonus. Then you help three people, bring in five people, that do $100,000 each, you get a 100K bonus. So over time, this is going to be a lot of fun. And we will have cards like this Diamond Reserve card. That's a $20,000 card. We got a platinum card here, $10,000, but we do have a $250 card. It's a plastic one, has all the same capabilities. You just don't get a part of what we call the SSP rewards plan by utilizing your card, swiping it and using the transaction. You don't get a piece of the overall fees from the global community, not your community, global community. TMX Gold, you're going to get a 10% pool bonus right here. You look at TMX Black, you get a 20% one. Probably the most popular might be the black one because you're going to get 20% there, unlimited daily loads, 100K per transaction swipe, but might be the 250 one. It's just they're not going to get any pieces of the pie from the overall fees. These platinum and the reserves, they just get a higher percentage as well. And we're looking into doing some lounges and some different things on here where someone buys the pack, we put the lounge in their name and put it in their card. So we're looking at different places where, they can go to the airport and get a free lounge every single time they go, as long as they have the card and it's something that gets paid for. So this one though has 30% pool. This one has a 40% pool. And then you come down, there's the three levels, there's the bonuses, and there's a breakdown of the direct bonuses when you enroll somebody. 30% level one. If they buy the $20,000 card, you make 6,000 bucks. If they buy the 10,000, you can see kind of here just the breakdown of it. And then the global breakdown. Say for example, the company's generating 2 million in an affiliate fee revenue for this. 600 of that is coming out towards everybody that is qualifying for it with the swipes and the transactions. And you can kind of, see how it is. The gold one would make 60K, all the way to the diamond one would make 240K. This is anybody in that realm, okay? Not just every person, because that wouldn't make sense. But you're getting a piece of that percentage, right? So, as this grows, it's a start. Obviously, it probably won't be very much. But as we go, time and years go by and we get millions of users all over the world, this is going to be a very, very healthy. And you don't want to say passive to this. You don't want to say residual because that takes it this isn't that. You know what I mean? Because you do have to swipe your card 20 times and you do have to do 5 transactions. That could be simply Brad putting $100 in USDT on there and loading his card 5 times. There's your 5 transactions, and then going and buying 20 packs of gum, or whatever he wants to do. Or you can buy gas with it and just buy your, gas station coffee or whatever you got to do, just card or tap your card. And then it just shows we got a little bit of the growth factor that talks a little bit about how the growth will work and towards those fees as well. And then some other parts here kind of generates, card uses, platform transactions, like what they are, because you need 5 qualifying ones and you need 20 card swipes, and it tells you kind of which ones include, e-wallet transfers, loading the card, crypto to crypto, or sorry, crypto to fiat, card to card transfers, and person to person too. So, just some detail to really kind of go over and look at. These PDFs are good. We'll get these out to everybody. I was still kind of having some people go through them and, spell check them for me because believe me, I was an athlete in school. I was not, um, an English teacher or somebody that's writing this stuff up. But thank you, Chat GPT. Only thing with Chat GPT though is they're like they just say the same thing over and over different ways sometimes. So you got to catch them. But besides that, I mean, it is a phenomenal, like we got this part right here will be like your affiliate dashboard that you'll come in once you go through the site. Because once you go through, let's see here, TMX Global, because we're going to try to have an API from here. And also we're going to I don't like this video, I'm sorry, but it's more geared towards like, we're changing banking, which is kind of like that. It's not like totally changing banking, it's just fixing it and making it a lot smoother. And that's what this kind of explains. But we want a faster, more knowledgeable, more in your face about what TMX Global is on an intro little one, and I want it a minute. I want everything a minute so that way we can put it on social media and it's right at a minute. I don't want a minute, 10 seconds so that we have to bust the clip open to put it on your stories or reels or whatever you want. I just want everything to be a minute. If we can do that, we might have an overall one that might be like 5 minutes though, and that'll be different. But to get like maybe Brad's attention or Scott's or Dennis's attention, 1 minute long video that's like in your face. Why are we TMX Global? We got banking solution, payment solution, crypto solutions. We got this, we got that. We're the first of its kind where you can send $100,000 or $100 million of fiat right into crypto, send crypto right into fiat, put it on a card. You know what I mean? Like that side of it, that'll get people's attention. And then you give them all the overview stuff and they can watch it after you get their attention. And then I want a short 1 minute video as well on the affiliate side. So I want one video like right here on the intro, is it? And then one video right here on the affiliate side. Because you know how it is. Well, all right, this looks good. If I market this, am I going to make money? Yeah, click the video right next to the other one then. All right, cool. And then it talks about the three levels, the leadership bonus. It talks about that SSP revenue pool bonus. So those two videos will be like our go-to. And then you kind of come down, it has the packages. We don't have the platinum and the diamond on here yet because we want to confirm everything if there will be any lounges or anything like that. But when you come here, you'll end up just clicking here and it'll go and it'll redirect you right here, right here. And then this is where if you're new, it'll basically say sign up or log in, like right here. Let's see if it does that, if it's thinking. I don't know if it's thinking or if it just won't let me out. Guess it won't let me out of the page. Maybe I need to refresh it. Yeah, here we go. So it'll come up here and you'll have like the register part and then you'll have the login part. A lot of the stuff's down for their side because they're not competing with us. So nobody in that company anymore can join. They're waiting for us. Well, actually, we're waiting for the banks, which then we're waiting for the developer, and then they're waiting on us to launch it. So we're kind of just waiting for the banks to finish their sides. But when that happens, this will be all TMX global. Look, and this is easy. This is a simple page. I'm not a fan of this, honestly, down here. I'm going to talk about getting this changed, maybe something a little bit different. But you'll have your leadership bonus goals right here. And then here's your qualifications for the month, and swiping your card and doing transactions. When you make a sale, it'll go right up here, right? And you'll get paid here and you just click log into banking. And then when you'll click on packages to purchase a package, it'll have, TMX, signature, gold, black, and it'll have a little bit more different wording here. You'll select that and you'll pay for it in crypto. We can possibly do other payments, but I kind of want to keep every single thing crypto because it's not hard to find 1,000 or 500 or 250 actually in crypto. You can go to Cash App, buy Bitcoin, swap it for the right coin, then send it over. Okay. So, and then we'll have all our marketing tools inside of here as we go. But, and then you go into the banking side. They're doing a lot of updates in banking, and I got to add some stuff to mine or whatever. But, so we got the e-wallet banking system, crypto wallet, card wallet, and there's a rewards wallet. So this is kind of ready to go, but I want to launch this out like next month between us group right here. I want to launch this out. I want everybody to learn the platform before this whole rewards wallet comes. And then like the second month in the company talk about like, hey, we're launching a rewards wallet and just kind of like hype that up a little bit. And then, people will understand how that works because I mean, it's literally you're just getting rewarded for using the system, and then you can use that as converted to crypto. I mean, you can do whatever. You can load the money onto your card. You can use it to, I believe, pay for your Netflix. Like you can do whatever you want with it. Talking to David Allen, but this has been a smooth system. Because when you withdraw that money from the front end of the affiliate side, what you get paid, it literally goes right here in the e-wallet. Then you can just internal transfer to the bank, to crypto, or withdraw to your card. You can go to your card and you just click, load card, and then you'll choose where the money is. It'll be e-wallet, crypto, or your bank might show right there. It's in your bank too. And then you just put the amount in, right there, and then you click confirm and it loads right onto your card, and then you can just go swipe it instantly, or you can put it on the virtual one and tap it instantly. The virtual one will be instant right away. You just click on settings and you can get right here credentials. If you want to lock it and you're not using it, lock it, whatever. And this one, you can take these credentials and you can put it on your kid's phone. I wouldn't suggest it, but you can put it on your wife's phone. You can put it anywhere and other people can use this one as well. And you can make multiple physical cards too, but it won't have someone else's name on it. So, if, Brad wants to give one to his wife, it'd have his name on it too, which is fine. I'm sure they're like, all right, yeah, we get it. That's your husband. So that's kind of how this works. And then the banking portal side, they're doing some major updates here as well. But this is, I mean, it is smooth. Like I just clicked on banking, gave me all my account information, all of it, gave me the wire information. Actually, Dennis is on here. I sent it to Dennis. He sent 5,000 over. And when he sent it, right here, 5,100, it was a $50 load because it was a wire. And ACH is $5 to send. A wire is $50 to send, just something that we will educate everybody on. So it's a lot cheaper to send an ACH. And then there's a 1% fee for doing it. And then we swapped it to USDT right here. 5,000 ended up costing 24 bucks. And then there was a $5 withdrawal fee. That was it. And then we moved it out. So I mean, there's a little bit of fees. If you send in a wire, you're actually saving yourself another 50 bucks. So you'd only spend like, basically around 100 doing this. So not bad at all. And then I withdrew that to from the personal account right into Tron USDT. That's where I moved it, and I sent it to his Trust wallet. So they are integrating inside of here where you can import your Trust wallet, you can import your MetaMask wallet, and all those things in here and directly load from that to the cards and everything. So it's cool. We're keeping these fees the same right here. So I mean, if you load $100 is $2.50. You load $10,000 is $2.50. We're trying to stay as low as possible because we're not looking to, make a ton of money on just one thing. We want everybody's business. We want everybody to want to use this. We want to make this where it's like, man, all right, cool. I'll load $1,000 and it only cost me $2.50 and it goes right onto my debit card and I can spend it. You're gonna have $997.50 on there. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty cool. So there's no the percentages, no, oh, you can do it a little faster in 24 hours for a higher fee. No, it's just $2.50. Okay. So with that, we're working with these guys about this like nonstop, getting everything dialed in for the company. Because there's parts of this too where let's start core team. We have an OTC. The OTC is basically like an exchange that you can move any amount of money you want. It's publicly traded. It's out of Canada. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. Like, and the thing about the OTC is like, say for instance, I know Dennis. Dennis knows Brad, and Brad knows Gary. Gary has $100 million, and he wants to do the swap. Well, most times when there's so many people in line, it gets weird because a lot of people get greedy. But how this will work is we're actually giving Gary the ability to control this completely himself, from sending his money in to himself, swapping it himself, and moving it right out to himself again. That smooth. Or we will have a white glove treatment for no cost where they can go in and do it for you. We would assign Gary his own OTC to do that. Smaller amounts, 100,000, 50,000, 150. They can just use the back office banking portal like I showed you what I did with Dennis. They could just use that, no problem. On the OTC part though, moving super large amounts where you're going to have to do tranches of Bitcoin, moving it or Bitcoin to USDT or USD to Bitcoin, I mean, you have to buy tranches of it at a time, so there's no slippage. But it's really cool how this works because TMX Global, we're never in the flow of funds. Everything is controlled by that person. So that is the cool part. But with that, moving it through, we can set up a memorandum or a buyer's agreement, anything like that to, help other people get compensated from that transaction because they introduce people. It's just got to learn. If you're doing that much money, like point one is a lot of money. You're not like, I got on one call, a guy wanted 2% for just connecting the person five levels down, and there's like five other people. I was like, this ain't gonna work. You want 2% on $900 million? You even know how much that is? The person with $900 million is gonna run the other way, But if you guys want to connect the guy with the $9 million, 900 million, sorry, to do this, it'll be the safest thing for him to do because they were trying to do some kind of person to person exchange. I'm like, that's never going to work. One person's going to send the money and the other person's not going to send it back. Like that's not going to happen. That's not safe at all. It's a scam. So the OTC part is literally a game changer and the safest way and the best way for anybody to use and to move large amounts of funds. And everything will be inside the system. Buddy Adam is working out kind of like a affiliate side to that as well, to where, if we got people in our community that's bringing large OTCs over, we can get you compensated from that. And then the cool thing is every time they use it, you get compensated from it. So the less fees that you charge, the more people are going to use it. I mean, a lot of us on here have used a lot of different things in crypto. I can't tell you how many times I used something once, and because it was so expensive, I never went back to it, even though it was kind of easy to do. I mean, it's just sometimes it's like you're stuck getting those fees. Like a lot of people, I mean, you want to buy some crypto right now, it's like, dang, Cash App, and then you got to swap that Bitcoin over to something else, and you're taking some big hits already, So that's what we got going on. From that end, we're working on a lot of marketing stuff. I want to have how-to videos. I want to have everything ready for when we launch to where there's no questions or concerns on how TMX Global will work. And then the conversations I've had about it is everybody asks, what's TMX? And I'm like, TMX, it's actually an exchange. We just wanted a card. We didn't know we were going to get all this, but we got it. And we're really excited about it. But we just wanted a card. Well, now we got a complete system. And they're like, well, what do you do at TMX? I'm like, well, here's our vision. At TMX Global, I'm helping anybody come in, buy crypto, and then move it out or spend it on the platform, whatever you want to do. But for TMX Exchange being involved, TMX Global, TMX Exchange, you buy the crypto, you move it to USDT or whatever, move it to TMX Exchange, load that in Liquidity, or buy some TMX tokens, stake it in the TMX Exchange, make a passive income from the trading fees. Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. Now I'm a part of TMX Exchange. I have a link. Oh, by the way, if you share TMX Exchange link, you'll get paid on 3 levels on trading volume underneath you for anybody that uses the site. Oh, by the way, in TMX Global, if you share this, we pay you 3 levels. And if you use the card, we got a rewards, revenue pool as well. And then we got some leadership bonuses. So they're going to get paid on multiple different things by sharing. But then at TMX Exchange, when they got that, they're making that 50 cents, 50%, sorry, from the trading fees, they can move that right back over to TMX Global and load it on their card. Or honestly, they can just put it into their wallet, which is attached to TMX Global now, and they can move it right there to their card. So it's kind of like a figure eight, you know what I mean? Like a little sideways forever thing going here. Because now we have the safest, to me, this is the safest thing to do. You want to stake in exchanges. You saw what Jake did with GMX this 5 years ago. They're still doing the same thing. If he made 300,000 roughly off of $10,000, if he still had 300,000 staked there, he'd still be making great income from those trading fees. So TMX Exchange is going to be the same. We're going to have a passive income machine called TMX Exchange to make us money. With our tokens, without our tokens, you add Bitcoin in there as well to make money on the liquidity side. Then you'll be able to move it around into TMX Global, put it in a bank account, make large payments as well, do whatever you want to do with it, put it on a card, spend it, swap it to crypto, move it to anything. So it's like kind of got the whole setup now. Now I don't have to teach people to buy crypto from Bitcoin, or sorry, buy crypto from Cash App or set up Coinbase or set up crypto.com. Screw all that. Just wire money from your bank account to your bank account, TMX Global, that will be in your name. And, heaven forbid, let's just say what TMX Global website isn't working, and you're like, I need to go get $10,000 out of my account in TMX Global, the bank account. Well, you can. You got your account information. You go in right into the bank, top tier bank that we're associated with, and you can get your money from their account. It's all tied together. Like it's a real deal stuff. That's what I was saying. We're just APIing from all these big, big corporations. And that way we got everything connected in one spot. So yeah, everything is tight. Everything is working smooth so far. How am I trying to say is the security is there as well. So I've been on some really powerful calls. And I can send you a recording where we did like a really good Q&A with David Allen. He's the one that's like one of the founders of buyback tech, which is cool. Like that was like, wow, this is good. So, all in all, we're really excited. And now really excited too because Ethereum is pumping back up. So that's exciting because I was like, oh my gosh, where's that going? How long is it going to wipe people out? I thought we were at least going to go down and touch 11, which we got to the top of it. We didn't go all the way to the bottom. But, from what these traders are telling me every day, there's a lot of money to get liquidated, about 123, 124,000 in Bitcoin. So looking towards us going that way, hopefully. So all in all, a lot of things are going good. Can we do direct deposit? Yes. You'll be able to do Zells. Zells get integrated on that site. Daryl, you can do that. Direct deposit from the card, or wait, direct deposit to the bank account. I mean, it's a full-fledged bank account. You can do whatever you want. If you have money in that bank account, you can do whatever. It's just like your bank account that you have right now. You'll probably be attached to JP Morgan. You know what I mean? So heck, it's a real deal. Looking forward to it. Everything is yep, yep. It's all decentralized. Yes, it's honestly all decentralized. So we will have a KYC. It's basically in-house though. We're not KYCing to MasterCard. We, as TMX Global, set up a KYB, and with that, we hired another party to do the KYCs, and it all stays in-house. So, with that, nobody, and this is what I've learned too yesterday, that Zoom was awesome. Three-letter agency comes up and starts banging on our doors, has nothing to do with us. Like none of this is ours. We're API'd to different things. You have to go talk to the OTC. You have to go talk to the banks. You have to go talk to them. So we don't have to give anybody any information. They got to go get it other places. So we got a whole bunch of stuff out for that. But yeah, it's looking good. We're getting more educated all the time, and I'm digging in constantly with that. And we'll have more and more information as we go. And I hope Jake feels better so he can come back and kind of give us more of a update on what's going on with some of the exchanges that he's trying to get us listed on. I mean, some of the top ones, he said we're 90% there, which is great because I didn't want any more bots in our Telegram channel, if you know what I mean, because that was crazy. I just want us to talk in there. I brought two new people in yesterday, so I mean, there's people growing, there's people getting on. There's a lot of people like, "Well, man, I already missed the boat." Like, not necessarily, because did you miss the boat when any of the tokens were launched? Like, it hasn't even launched yet. It's not even on exchanges, so you've not really missed the boat because there's going to be a really nice pump of everything once we get it going. So yeah, yeah, there you go. So. Yeah, that's about all I got. We're just hammering away to trying to get everything done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so like great update, Brian, as usual. Yeah, especially about the TMX global guys. I think everyone gonna be excited once we're gonna have all of that stuff launched. So I see many people just trying to find some more opportunities, but like we're gonna have that more opportunities inside one platform. Yeah, so you can share that three levels, like affiliate commissions, possible to make like residual income. Plus with the TMX exchange, also we're gonna have like three levels, guys. So that's gonna be really great. And of course, yeah, like for Wednesday, we're gonna do the great Zoom with Jake. He definitely
Can't
gonna
say
have
residual income though with TMX Global. Can't say residual, can't say passive. Just let you know.
residual, Brian.
No, you said with TMX Global, you can't say residual or passive.
Oh, all right, all right.
Isn't that because that gets, you think of that, you think of just putting money in and it's just chilling, so can't say that.
Yeah, so like just like need to work, right? And then basically you guys will gonna get it once they're gonna start to recruit, so they're gonna have the money with
Right.
that. Yeah, so just like that, guys. So definitely for the Wednesday, yeah. So we're gonna have the next webinar with Jake, yeah, and you can just get the market update, all of that, what's going on with the listing, and definitely about the launch. So yeah, like Dave, you want to say something? You can do that.
You know me, Tim, I always got something to say. But yeah, no, just it's a great overview, Brian. And big thank you, shout out to Brian Rhodes because a lot of you don't know this, but behind the scenes, he's working hard. He's creating these PDFs. He's on Zoom calls every single day practically. He's putting in a lot of work, you guys. So I just kind of want to emphasize that he's doing a lot, and thank you for all that. But going over what Brian was saying, the $2.50 load fee, that's amazing. I've been using a card for the past 3.5 years, and I've been paying 6%. They just dropped it down to 4%. So imagine somebody, loading $100,000, they're paying $4,000, or $10,000, they're paying 400, and it's a lot in fees, right? So with what we have is a total game changer where you're just paying $2.50 to load your card, and I can't wait till I get my card enhanced. I can stop using that other card. But you guys take advantage when this rolls out because you really want to take advantage of the be able to qualify for the rewards pool. You get 10%, 20%, 30, 40%, depending on the card that package that you buy. You could buy a TMX Gold, TMX Black, and so on. But it's cool because the card that I'm using now for the past 3.5 years does not have a rewards program, but rewards programs are common these days. You go to Chase or you get a Capital One, and they have some small type of rewards. Nothing like this though. So, it's exciting, guys. And then to piggyback off of going off the exchange, yeah, 4K Ethereum, we're heading that way, guys. I know it's a roller coaster ride for many, and people, their emotions get involved, but just stand tight, hang tight, and just trust the process, trust Jake, and just know that. Look at it, Ethereum's already back to basically 3,700. We'll be at 4,000 before you know it. But you guys are in good hands. Where our milestone was 3,500. Jake was telling us to buy Ethereum at $1,400. Some of us listened, some of us didn't. But the ones who did, you guys are sitting really pretty right now. And to be above 3,500, we're in a great position, you guys. So don't worry about it. We're in good hands. We will get listed. But with that being said, Tim, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Yeah, so guys, we're gonna post recording, I think like in the 10 minutes, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Yeah, as always. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Dave. See you guys.